I think there hardly any occasion in any part of the world where you would have seen such demonstrations against the Indian High Commission, and with no action being taken by the police.
That's amazing. Despite knowing that this can lead to a security situation, Ambassador Sikri, this was allowed to happen despite Indian Ministry of External Affairs, issuing a demarche. This was allowed to happen. We had Hasnat Abdullah, the leader of the NCP, the National Citizen Party, just yesterday or day before yesterday, say that 7 sisters can be cut off. Muhammad Yunus has led from the front in terms of dog whistling, saying that India's northeast depends on Bangladesh. So obviously this is orchestrated, this is planned, this is aimed at creating a pressure situation, and in some ways shows the paucity of mind on the part of Dhaka that they can think that they can pressure India.
Well, this is all directly attributable to the pressure that Pakistan is applying on Bangladesh. Ever since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, Pakistan has been sending its generals and sending its ministers and sending all people to Dhaka to create the pre-1971 situation. And part of this venom that Pakistan is telling Bangladesh to pour on India is related to India's own sovereignty and territorial integrity. And Yunus himself, when he was in China in the month of June, I think, talking to the Chinese businessmen, spoke about the northeastern states as though Bangladesh has exclusive access. And after that, the people had just taken this up, and they are repeatedly talking about the northeastern states, and Asim Munir has himself spoken about an attack from the east. So this shows the completely unfriendly and inimical nature of this Yunus-led interim regime in Bangladesh. And I think that India has to really consider seriously what the next steps should be, because this kind of allowing the people to demonstrate in this manner is creating a feeling in Bangladesh that is completely incorrect. The people, in fact, are saying more and more, it was better before. Aage bhalo chilo. We don't accept what is happening now under the interim regime. This is what the people of Bangladesh are saying more and more. But to counter that and to blame everything on India, the Yunus regime is allowing this kind of goons to act freely, with the police just standing by helplessly.
Absolutely, Ambassador Sikri, as you rightly pointed out, that that there is a fanning of the communal fire that continues, and this is all being done deliberately. It's all orchestrated. We see that how Muhammad Yunus has been, giving these forces a free run, and that's all being done keeping in mind the upcoming elections as well. We were literally dragged his feet to even announce those elections, Ambassador Sikri. He himself knows that in how much, in where he's actually standing is a complete, the entire state is in a disarray, and there is that he's doing everything possible to cling to power.
Yes, absolutely. These are nothing except efforts to cling to power, because his regime has proved to be completely unpopular. He has ruined the Bangladesh economy. There is high unemployment, high inflation, factories are shut down, people have nothing to do. And so to divert attention from all the ills that are there is no foreign investment coming in, no private investment coming in. So there is absolutely no hope for anybody there. The media is completely under control. They don't allow the media to write anything at all. And they have changed all the media boards and taken over whole media boardrooms. So it is a very, very difficult situation in Bangladesh today. But this kind of action, again, directly against the Indian High Commission, the properties, the people, the High Commissioner himself, this is something that is absolutely a new nadir, a new bottom that the Yunus regime has brought in. Okay,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ambassador Sikri, for joining us on Republic TV, from envoy to Bangladesh. Ambassador Veena Sikri was speaking to Republic TV and pointing out what's been going on in Bangladesh, how the radical elements have been given a free run. Muhammad Yunus continues to cling on to power, and following the commands of the radical groups like Jamaat Islami. And this is the scene from outside the Indian embassy in Dhaka, viewers, where the march has been obstructed by the police. Now we'll shift our focus to some other news that is coming in from Shamli district, viewers. This is from Western Uttar Pradesh. It's a big story, the triple murder case. Wife's decision to go to her parents' house without wearing the hijab proved fatal. And now we are getting in the All India Muslim Personal Law Board not reacting, in fact, it's refusing to comment. All India Muslim Personal Law Board and the AIMIM silent, complete silence on the matter. A man kills his own wife for over hijab and then kills two daughters, buries them in the house itself. And this matter comes to light. The bodies are excavated after 8-9 days, and this is what is happening. The Muslim Personal Law Board, the advocates of hijab, who go on to debate, who go on to the streets and talk about so-called targeting of minorities, misleading the minorities, and now they're silent on this murder. They're silent on this murder. Entire hijab lobby, Asaduddin Owaisi, Badruddin Ajmal, Maulana Madani, who just called for jihad recently. Maulana Mahmood Madani. The Madanis, the Ajmals, the Owaisis, they are all silent over this murder that took place, this triple murder. Innocent lives. 3 people, 3 women killed. 2 children, 2 girls, 1 woman killed. Why? Because of hijab. The woman refused to wear hijab. Husband kills and buries her. The 2 children also lose their lives. Merciless killing in name of hijab.
वो 1-1.25 महीना 1.5 महीना रही, रहने के बाद वो उसको लेना आया अपने दोस्त के साथ। उसने वो ताकत धरी यानी कि मैं अब कुछ नहीं करूँगा मेरे ससुर, इसे भेज दो, मैं अब कोई गलती नहीं करूँगा, अब को इसका नहीं मारूँगा।
ये अभी जब आई थी
जी,
तब की बात बता रही हैं?
जी 8-10 तारीख 9 तारीख तक का हिसाब है। उसको लेकर चला गया, उसी रात में जाने अगली रात में उसको कर दिया ये काम। घर वालों ने कोई चिंता नहीं करी।
आपको ये बोला कि अब नहीं करेंगे, अब कुछ
करूँगा, गोडों में सिर देकर कहा अब नहीं करूँगा कुछ भी, जिस तरह भी आप कहोगे मैं इस तरह ही करूँगा, आप मेरे साथ भेज दो बच्चों। 5 बच्चे।
तो चलिए, ताहिरा का समझ आ गया हमें, लेकिन ये दोनों बच्चियां तो इनकी खुद की अपनी थी, जो आफरीन और सारीन नाम है उनका
जी।
उनको भी मारते थे?
हाँ, उनको भी मारता होगा जरूर, उसको नहीं मैं कह सकती। बच्चों का कोई पता नहीं चला, लड़की को बहुत दुखी करता था। मेरे भाई ने सहन करा, उसको यही बोलता रहा अच्छा रखेगा, थम जाओ भी, रुको भी, कुछ नहीं बोलना, रहना बेटे वहाँ। अपनी बच्ची को सभी समझाते हैं, सभी कहते हैं, बाकी वो नहीं समझा। इन्होंने सोचा घर उजड़ जाएगा, इधर रखूँ उधर रखूँ, बड़ी बच्ची सैनी होगी, 5 बच्चों की माँ होगी, घर भी नहीं रख सकता।
ताहिरा आप लोगों को बताती थी आके कि ये परेशान करता है, ऐसे मारता है। उसने ये भी पता चल रहा है, उसने ये भी पुलिस को बोला है कि उसने बुर्खा नहीं पहना था, वो इसलिए बहुत गुस्से में था।
हाँ, वो बोला था, वो जो यहाँ आई थी उसने बोला था अगर मुझे भेजोगे तो मौत के घाट उतार देगा यो मुझे। उसने कहा नहीं, जब ये हाथ जोड़ रहा, मिन्नत कर रहा, आरजू कर रहा, बेटे चला जा, अपना घर बसा, फिर देखेंगे हम जब कब का करेगा यो। उसने यही बात कही थी, तुम मेरा मौत का मुँह देखोगे, और वही मौत का मुँह मेरे भाई ने देख लिया।
All right, so this is a deeply disturbing case that has come in from Shamli of Uttar Pradesh. This 38-year-old man kills his wife and 2 daughters over this fight over burqa. Police say the accused Farooq dug the pits inside his house and buried the bodies. And we have some more breaking news coming in. Asaduddin Owaisi refuses to take a stand on the hijab murders. Well, he's part of this hijab lobby, has been at the forefront of it, and now he refuses to react. Instead, he indulges in whataboutery. He says that debate Nitish first. Now, he's referring to the incident when Nitish Kumar had in fact, pulled the face mask, the niqab of a woman during an event, and now he is saying that there should be debate over what Nitish did instead of the hijab murders. So murders, it seems, is not a serious issue. completely non-serious issue for Asauddin Owaisi of the AIMIM. The hijab lobby turns blind eye, goes mute on the triple murder over hijab in Shamli. And meanwhile, my colleague Shambhavi has filed this report from Shamli where this triple murder took place. Take a look.
We are at the location where this unfortunate, shocking case happened, and we're going to take you through the house. So outside you can see this is in one of the very secluded villages of Shamli, and we're going to take you inside and show you the exact... So this is a very shocking case where a man named Farooq actually murdered his 32-year-old wife Tahira and 12-year-old daughter Afreen and another 5-year-old daughter Sareen. This is inside the house. We are now entering inside the house, and what he did was he actually woke Tahira up in the middle of the night on the pretext of making tea. When she woke up, she was on her way to make the tea, and then he fired on her back. After hearing the gunfire, after hearing the sound of that fire, the elder daughter woke up, and when she woke up, she saw the man Farooq killed his daughter as well. After this, when the younger daughter, the 5-year-old daughter, woke up, he strangled her to death and hid all the 3 bodies in a pit inside this house. So this is the house. Let me show you, and let me also show you the pit in which he buried the 3 women, the 3 ladies, the 32-year-old Tahira, the wife, and the 2 daughters, Afreen and Sareen. Now this is the pit here. This is around 6 feet deep pit, and this was not a murder that was done in a fit of rage, but this was premeditated. He actually dug this up on the context of building up a safety tank for the washroom in his house, and he actually got this done before because his wife had left for her maternal home just a month ago, and he felt that he was being insulted by his wife because he wanted to, the woman 32-year-old Tahira wanted to do things her own way. We're also going to show you around. This is somewhat of just outside the house. You can say the porch area, and locally this is not, you'll see this is not very huge. This is just mostly an elevated side where you can see the bedding and stuff, and there are a lot of construction items as well. Possibly he was collecting all of it to show that they are going to build up that safety tank for the washroom. We are also going to show you around, and there are 2 rooms. One is this room, and they were saying that this is right here on this ground is when Farooq fired at Tahira. This is one of the bedrooms, and the another room that we'll show you is right here. I'll request my VJ to show you this room as well. This looks something like a kitchen on one side, and then there is some bedding involved as well. So this is the house, the same exact house where this murder, this brutal murder happened on 10th of December. And one of the chilling fact about this case is the 3 bodies were hid in that pit for more than 6 days. This only came to light on Tuesday evening when Farooq's father guessed that there was something wrong, and he went to the police filing for a missing persons report. And when the police interrogated Farooq tried to mislead police initially, but then confessed to the murder of all 3 people.
Right, now we was shifting focus to what happened in Madhya Pradesh. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a wedding that lit up the skies, ignited a debate at the same time. There are viral videos from Indore that show an opulent celebration for the wedding of the son of BJP MLA Golu Shukla, that complete with grand decor, a religious spectacle and fireworks. Now these fireworks are reportedly worth 70 lakh rupees. It wasn't just the scale of the celebration that drew attention, it was also the privilege on display with visuals from a restricted area of a temple. That's the Garbhagriha of a temple, where the devotees can't really enter. Now, this was close to the devotees since the COVID-19 pandemic, but here you have the MLA's son and the one who is getting, and his bride, exchanging vows at the Garbhagriha, and the 70 lakh worth fireworks also.
हमारे साथ बीजेपी विधायक गोलू शुक्ला हैं। गोलू जी, आपके बेटे की शादी काफी चर्चाओं में है।
शादी करना कोई गुनाह है क्या? शादी करी है, अच्छे से शादी करी है। बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई, लड़की वालों ने अच्छे से स्वागत करा, सब कुछ अच्छे से हुआ, तो फिर क्या दिक्कत है?
मैं ये बताया जा रहा है 70 लाख की सिर्फ आतिशबाजी हो गई। एक
रसीद है क्या?
रसीद नहीं है, लेकिन जो
लिखा हुआ है, अब आंकड़ा 70 करोड़ का लगा दो, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? वो लड़की वालों की कार्यक्रम था, बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई थी, वो भी मीडिया समूह से ही है, डिजियाना से, आप उनसे बात करो।
एक तरफ बात होती प्रदूषण की, AQI लेवल की, दूसरी तरफ 70 लाख की आतिशबाजी हो जाए।
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, बारात लेके हम गए थे, हम तो अब वहाँ क्या क्या हुआ ये उनसे पूछो आप।
लेकिन आपके मुख्यमंत्री सामूहिक विवाह करते हैं, सामूहिक विवाह में बेटे की शादी करते हैं, और आप इतनी ज्यादा जो आपने।
मैं भी 50 जोड़ों का सामूहिक विवाह करता हूँ, 51 जोड़ों का अभी फरवरी में सामूहिक विवाह है गरीब बच्चों का, और बहुत अच्छे से और बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से करता हूँ, आप भी उसमें आमंत्रित हैं।
एक और वीडियो वायरल हो रहा है खजराना गणेश मंदिर का, गर्भगृह में जाकर वरमाला किया, ये भी नियम विरुद्ध बताया जा रहा है।
हजारों लोग गणेश जी के दर्शन करने जाते हैं। आप सुबह से लेकर शाम तक खजराना गणेश मंदिर में रहें तो आपको दिख जाएगा कि सैकड़ों लोग वहाँ दर्शन करते हैं।
आपको कुछ गलती नहीं लग रही इतना पैसा बर्बाद करना, इतनी आतिशबाजी इतनी ज्यादा करना, फिजूल खर्ची करना? आपको ये फिजूल खर्ची नहीं लग रही? थोड़ा सा इधर आ जाइए, फिजूल खर्ची नहीं लग रही? खजराना गणेश मंदिर में जाते हैं।
एक मिनट आराम से, इस तरीके भैया, सैकड़ों लोग दर्शन करने जाते हैं भगवान के, और हमारे परिवार के बच्चे भी दर्शन करने गए थे, उनने अच्छे से दर्शन करे और भगवान का आशीर्वाद लिया। आप एक बार गणेश जी के मंदिर में जाके देखें, सैकड़ों लोग गर्भगृह में दर्शन करते हैं।
लेकिन ये हो रहा है कि इतना पैसा खर्च करना, एक तरफ गरीबों के पास पैसा नहीं, दूसरे इतनी आतिशबाजी, इतनी जश्न और
अब भैया मेरे को मेरे काम से थोड़ा निकल जाना दो।
So in Madhya Pradesh, 7 million in smoke, and now in the national capital, millions of people are just breathing smoke. Blame game over pollution in the national capital continues. Now, Delhi Environment Minister Manjinder Singh Sirsa has apologized to the people of the Delhi for severe air pollution. Now, he's announced some measures, 50% work from home for government employees. He had just said yesterday that it's impossible to clean the air in 9 to 10 months, blaming the previous Aam Aadmi Party government. And now we also have a sequence where Republic TV reporters had confronted him. Take a look.
Mr. Sirsa, what do you have to say? People are now voting for Nota over AQI. Any response?
अभी हम पीसी करके आए ना, अभी पीसी तो करके आए।
Experts are warning that 10 months would have been sufficient for the government to solve this issue.
क्या तरीका है? आप ऐसे क्यों?
Any response to the situation?
कैसे करके आए सबके साथ बाइट ना, आपने सुना सब कुछ, फिर आप
You're saying it's impossible to solve the problem within 9 to 10 months.
कर रहे हैं आप ऐसा?
What is your response, sir?
ना, आप ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं? आपको इनको एक एक को हैंडल कर पाऊंगा ना, तो आप बोले, हाँ बताए, आप सुन लिया अंदर ना? सब मैं था नहीं, अच्छा नहीं समझा तो आप दूसरे से ले, ऐसा अच्छा नहीं। अब आप बताइए।
You said that it's impossible to solve this issue within 9 to 10 months. Experts are saying that. You apologize. How do you see this? Do you think people would vote for this after what you have said, that it's impossible? It's impossible to solve this issue. Any response to that, sir? Because the situation is worsening.
Please, आप अपना क्वेश्चन तो बताएं।
My questioning, you have apologized that it's impossible to solve this AQI issue. Experts are saying that this could have been if the government had the wheel. Do you think the government has failed?
Who is expert that told you? Can you name that expert? So we can at least have a conversation with them and find out. I think it is not I said, it's impossible. I must again reiterate, it's impossible for any government, for any purpose. If it has been possible, then why it took 10 years for Aam Aadmi Party?
So how many years maybe? What many years, week?
Please let me answer your question, please. It is not about the years. It are what steps are taken. We have to completely go with the fossil fuel vehicles. You should adopt EV vehicles, which we are doing. You need to have an end-to-end carpeting of roads, so there should be no dust. You need to remove that all dumps of legacy waste, which we are otherwise doing. So these are few changes which we have to bring in, and it will bring change in the pollution.
People are voting for Nota over AQI. Any response to that?
मैंने अभी आपके
response
दी थी ना, पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी। इस पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी ना आपने। तो मैंने आपको पूरी इंटरव्यू दे के आया हूँ।
How do you see people?
पूरी इंटरव्यू दी है।
People are suffering from respiratory problems, lot of problems, asthma. How do you see that from people?
No, it's a big problem we are facing.
You've shifted the blame.
No, I'm not shifted the blame. No.
The government and the federal
Aam Aadmi Party was here for 10 years. I think you must go and interview Arvind Kejriwal ji for that why they haven't done it in 10 years. If they're expecting to be done in 7-8 months, they should have done it in 10 years.
So what's next then?
We are working on it. We'll let you know again.
Right, quickly focus now. We will slip into short break, but on the other side, coming up, this is exclusive. 7 p.m. Indian Embassy in Dhaka under attack. Radicals are now taking to the streets.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Please stop!
झुमका तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका।
Not there. मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
तेरा झुमका।
No. मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Please stop!
झुमका तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका।
Not there. मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
तेरा झुमका।
No. मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप, जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप, जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Please stop!
झुमका तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका।
Not there. मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
तेरा झुमका।
No. मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
है, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं।
There are questions over Nitish Kumar's erratic behavior. Is there a problem that Nitish and his government are hiding? A question only Arnab asks at 8:30 p.m. tonight. The same Muslim leaders who shout their lungs out on Waqf have their lips sealed on the hijab triple murder. The story Arnab puts in focus. Hijab triple murder at 9 p.m.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You're watching This is Exclusive with me, Shavan Sen. Tonight on This is Exclusive, we put the spotlight on what's really happening in Bangladesh. And the other, a Republic investigation into why Parth Pawar is actually lying. First up, what's really happening in Bangladesh yet again. Mohammed Yunus has essentially allowed a mob to gather outside the Indian embassy. Now that's just one aspect that we're basically touching upon. The other, a mysterious story that is actually developing in Bangladesh, what we are essentially calling, it's the return of the unknown gunman. That's the focus tonight on This is Exclusive. But up first, let me take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Indian embassy targeted in Dhaka. Radicals given free run to lay siege under Yunus's watch. Shocking case of triple murder in UP's Shamli. Man murders wife and daughters for not wearing burqa. Parth Pawar's letter sparks a controversy. Letter shows a signed document which demanded expedited land document processing. Controversy over BJP MLA's obscene display of wealth during son's wedding. In Madhya Pradesh's legislator maintains complete distance. A little after 3 o'clock this afternoon in Dhaka, the Indian embassy was apparently the target. A group that moved towards the Indian embassy. Their singular aim was to demand extradition of the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. What we are going to show you right now, these were the scenes just outside the Indian embassy, not very far away from the Indian embassy when these barricades were put up. It seems within a couple of minutes, this group that you see, the mob that you see, the procession that started around 4 o'clock, by breaking the barricades in front of Hussain Market in the Badda area. It turns out that this group, or rather the mob, broke the barricades and wanted to move towards the Indian embassy. They say that they are demanding the extradition of Sheikh Hasina. Something that Yunus has also echoed all this while, demanding that Sheikh Hasina should be sent back to Bangladesh at a time when there's been a sham trial that has taken place in Bangladesh. Death threats faced by the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. joining us, getting us a live update from Dhaka is my colleague Abid, joining us from Dhaka, giving us a sense of what's really happening on the ground. Abid, who are those on the ground? They say that this was a group of young people who were essentially demanding the extradition of Sheikh Hasina. What's the situation like on the ground?
In the ground, I mean, the situation is like this, that Sheikh Hasina is not a person that she's admired in our country. And many people actually have this kind of idea that India is giving shelter to her, and they actually don't want that. They actually want like that Sheikh Hasina, you know, the verdict which happened in the last month, and people are not actually supporting her in any way. And they are thinking that India or the nation is some way involved to support her in any manner. And for that reason, they are actually having some sort of, I mean, in the embassy, they're actually giving some sort of problematic situations. But the government is actually trying to control the situation as the defense are their police, army, and they are actually controlling the situation in a more practical manner.
Let you go. What's the current situation like? And more importantly, was the Indian embassy the target of this group that we can see on our screens?
It was like that they wanted to target the embassy to get their demand. It's more like that they just want Sheikh Hasina back in this country, and they want to have the verdict come true, which is the death. What the verdict was then. And for that reason, they're actually having this kind of, problematic perspective. And the police and the government is trying to control the situation, as you can see in the footages. And they are mostly, there are some young people, and there's also some other age group people as well. And they are actually trying to having that kind of narrative that they just want Sheikh Hasina back in this country.
Abid, for joining us on this broadcast. We'll be focusing on this quite closely. Ladies and gentlemen, staying with Bangladesh, a story that has gone unreported all this while. And the reason why we are putting this out now, because it's a chilling daylight attack captured on CCTV, which has sent shockwaves across the country and rippled through the entire region. Two bike-borne assailants trail an auto rickshaw before opening fire in a crowded street, leaving Sharif Osman Hadi, an uprising figure, critically wounded and fighting for life in Singapore. The shooting has ignited political outrage, raising urgent questions about who is behind the attack, why Hadi was basically targeted, and whether a larger regional pattern is essentially now unfolding. On your screens right now, this is the CCTV footage. What we are essentially telling you is how this right-wing leader was basically targeted. In fact, I'm going to first take you through who exactly is this student leader who has been targeted. In fact, it seems that there have been multiple such cases that have taken place. And if you see in the entire region, there are several such attacks that have taken place in the year 2025 itself. On 28th of February, 7, including Maulana Hamidul Haqqani, was killed in a suicide attack that took place at Darul Ulam. Let's move on, and I'm going to put across this entire pattern that emerges. Mufti Shah Mir Aziz Bizenjo was also killed on 7th of March. Associate Hafiz Waqas was also injured in a firing in Balochistan. That was on 7th of March. I'm going to put this all together. Mufti Munir Shakir, founder of the Lashkar-e-Islam, was killed in an explosion. That was on 15th of March. Lashkar-e-Taiba's Faisal Nadeem was killed along with an associate here. This was on 15th of March once again. And then on 18th of March, Mufti Abdul Baqi Nurani was killed in a targeted killing in Quetta. On 25th of March, Maulana Nizamuddin was shot dead in Tak district of Punjab province. This was on 25th of March. The very next day, 26th, 5 were killed in the coastal city of Gwadar in Balochistan. And then it goes to 27th of March when Maulana Noor Ahmad shot dead in Gilgit-Baltistan. Now this, if you see, there is a pattern that has basically emerged. How is it basically linked to the right-wing leader who has been targeted in Bangladesh? Interestingly, just about a few days before this attack took place, it was he who had presented this greater Bangladesh picture, which also included some of the northeastern states. We do not know who's really behind the attack. Surprisingly, there is no word really coming in from the Yunus administration, and they've not been able to really pinpoint who exactly was behind it. First, take a look at this full story that we are putting out, what we are now calling the return of unknown gunmen.
An ordinary day turns violent. Under broad daylight on December 12th, the unidentified men opened fire, shooting Sharif Osman Hadi. But who is Sharif Osman Hadi, the man targeted in the daylight attack, now undergoing treatment in Singapore?
12th December 2025, Bangladeshi radical political activist Osman Hadi was shot in public in broad daylight. Osman Hadi, who had his rise after the revolution that happened in Bangladesh, which ousted Sheikh Hasina, floated his own political platform called Inqilab Manch. Now, while he was also a potential candidate of this Inqilab Manch for the upcoming elections, national elections in Bangladesh, he was continuously spreading radical information and preaching radicalism in Bangladesh, most of which was anti-Indian rhetoric. In fact, the day before he was shot, he was accused of spreading a map which had complete wrong information about India.
Sharif Osman Hadi, this 34-year-old, is a prominent figure of July uprising. Aggressively vocal about his anti-India and anti-Hasina stance, he aimed to capture India's northeast in a bid to manufacture a greater Bangladesh, and he is now brain dead, getting treated in Singapore. Following the attack, the Yunus government has sought India's assistance to arrest the shooters behind the attempted assassination. And in an attempt to urge India to nab the attackers, the Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Pranay Verma, was summoned by the Yunus government on Sunday. Osman Hadi's killing has sparked intensified reactions across Bangladesh. And the one on your screen is from today outside the Indian embassy, people protesting, demanding to shut down the embassy. The MEA has charged a strong rebuttal against Yunus's claim, rejecting all claims India summoned Bangladesh High Commissioner on December 17th. But the pattern emerged is not limited to Bangladesh. This emerging pattern can be tracked down to Pakistan as well. When unknown gunmen killed Iyaz Ubaid and injured his affiliate in Safed Dheri area of Durar Road of Peshawar earlier this April. The series of high-profile killings and targeted attacks raises serious questions about emerging trends in the region. Who are these unknown men and what do these killings signify?
Well, in fact, we're also getting in some breaking news with regards to development taking place in the parliament. We're just going to cut across from the story that we are tracking right now. As far as the unrest that has taken place in Dhaka, there is also a bigger breaking news now coming in. We're going to go across in a short while from now with regards to the campaign that we started, where we have essentially demanded that there should be a parliamentary discussion that should take place on the worsening AQI in the Delhi NCR region. In fact, the environment minister in the national capital was questioned about. On your screens right now, we are getting you the latest details. There is a clear public impact. The parliament, in all likelihood, would be discussing the AQI tomorrow, is what we are being told. The matter is going to be raised once again. Delhi Environment Minister, in fact, Manjinder Singh Sirsa, ducked the question when we asked as to what exactly the BJP government really doing, what are the measures that have essentially been taken, to which the minister had responded by simply saying that this cannot be done within a span of 8 to 9 months. and this is a gift from the old government. So putting the entire blame on the Aam Aadmi Party. Now there is a growing concern with worsening AQI. Various places in the Delhi NCR region recorded an AQI over 400. Some places like Rohini had recorded about 498 earlier today. On your screens right now, these are some of the images that came in earlier today of the condition that you are seeing in the Delhi NCR region, which has almost become an annual affair in the national capital. Cosmetic changes have essentially taken place with smog guns being brought in by the Delhi government and also GRAP 4 that has been imposed just about a few days ago. The government has now stepped in by saying that concrete measures have also been taken with regards to vehicular movement, vehicular emissions being one such major concerns. So these are some of the aspects that are now also being looked into. Going back to the other story that we have been tracking, the big exclusive coming in from Dhaka. Ladies and gentlemen, we said that it is the return of the unknown gunman. Who exactly is the student leader who was shot dead? This person that you see on your screens with the map, the greater Bangladesh map that was shown by Hadi just about a few days ago before he was shot dead. Joining me on this broadcast is my colleague Kishalai. Kishalai, for everyone to understand who exactly is Hadi, and is it linked to that image that was doing the round of him handing over the greater Bangladesh picture?
Well, that's a question that Bangladeshi authorities are asking. They don't have answers yet. Whether both of these incidents that Osman Hadi shared and shared a morphed picture of Indian map, and how is it related? They are really asking that question. Anyways, coming to the point, Osman Hadi is a radical leader in Bangladesh. He had his rise during the July Revolution, as they call it. He is son of a madrasa teacher who is also a radical speaker in his own area of influence. And this person who came originally from northern part of Bangladesh traveled to Dhaka. In Dhaka University, he was enrolled, and during the student movement, he was a very avid speaker, and by the use of his jugglery of words, he tried to control the students there and influence that particular July Revolution that they were calling later on, forming his own political platform called Inqilab Mancho. Right now, he's in Singapore under treatment. His brain is not functioning, completely brain dead. He has been shot in broad daylight. Who shot him? What was the reason behind? The Bangladeshi police has no clue yet.
Just a quick question before I let you go, Kishalai, with regards to the unknown gunmen who were behind it. It seems that there is a pattern that is basically emerging. Do we have any idea as to who the assailants were? Were they part of the Jamaat? Or, for that matter, this man who has been quite vocal and has taken a pro-Yunus stand. How exactly has he been shot dead?
The Jamatis and the particular platform that this person floated, the Inqilab Mancho speakers are saying that this incident is connected to assailants who came from Chhatro League. Chhatro League being the student wing of Awami League, which has now been banned. So they are saying that the people who caused this particular attempt to murder came from beyond the borders. They are indicating towards India. They have no proof to it. India has rejected all these claims. They are saying this is also related to Chhatro League, which is also connected to Awami League. So this is an incident which is connected to Awami League and India. These are baseless claims, and India has categorically rejected all these claims and allegations made by the Bangladeshi, some sections of Bangladeshi police and the political sections supported by Muhammad Yunus.
Thank you very much for getting us the latest details, Kishalai. Shift to focus now to the other big story that we have been tracking. All this while, there is one position that has been taken by the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister, Ajit Pawar, when it comes to his own son and his alleged involvement. He says that there was no agreement to get a land that was reserved for the government, and that too at a throwaway price. Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we are actually putting out the proof. Explosive documents that have been accessed exclusively by Republic TV has once again reignited the political firestorm around the multi-crore Mundwa land deal, this time putting the spotlight firmly on a name that was missing from the official records. But now, impossible to really ignore. Fresh evidence, including a letter bearing a crucial signature, raises some serious questions about the role of Parth Pawar himself, the son of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, in the controversial transfer of the prime government land. All this while, he said that there was not a single document in which he has signed. Now, what exactly is this? We're going to show you the documents where he himself has signed, and he's asking for expediting the land transfer to take place. Take a look at this report.
A fresh trail of documents in the Mundwa land deal case has blown the lid off for the Pawars and brought the spotlight back on the man who has not been named, Parth Pawar. A letter has now been accessed by Republic. It clearly shows how Ajit Pawar's son was party to the land controversy, his signature unmissable. This letter was allegedly signed by Parth Pawar to expedite the land handover.
A letter allegedly signed by Parth Pawar has surfaced now, in which Parth Pawar have urged the district administration to speed up the registration of land in his name in official record. And it's a proof that Parth Pawar is directly involved in Pune land scam. Now, it's open to all. It's open to public that Parth Pawar is directly involved in this case. Let's see what action Pune police will take on this. Will they add Parth Pawar's name in FIR?
Earlier, a letter pointed out that government officials had asked the Botanical Survey of India to vacate the controversial plot of land which was purchased by Amidia Enterprises. The document indicates that officials from the Maharashtra government had tried to facilitate the land transfer to Parth Pawar. Under fire, the Fadnavis government was even pulled up by the Bombay High Court on sparing Parth Pawar's name in the land deal report. The bench had questioned if the Pune police were attempting to shield the state deputy chief minister's son. It all started in May 2025 when 40 acres of prime government land in Mundwa, worth up to rupees 1800 crores, sold for just 300 crores to Amidia Enterprises, that is, Parth Pawar's firm. A letter of intent, a partnership agreement, documents exclusively broken by Republic had clearly shown how Parth Pawar has direct links with the company. The central question being, why is he being protected?
अजित पवार सर, ये एमिडी एंटरप्राइज का जो LLP है वो सरकारी ज़मीन कैसे, वो पॉलिटिकल इन्फ्लुएंस को काम पे लगाया गया क्या, मिसयूज़ किया गया? सर, आपके बेटे का नाम आ रहा है, आपका बेटा इस एमिडिया एंटरप्राइज से जुड़े हुए.
मी त्यामध्ये सोमवारी मी मुंबईला बोललो, मी पुण्याला बोललो, मी बारामतीला बोललो. आता ह्याबद्दलची चौकशी चालू आहे. चौकशी झाल्यावर आम्ही उत्तर देऊ.
पॉलिटिकल इन्फ्लुएंस का
चौकशी चालू आहे. चौकशी झाल्यानंतर बोलीन. सारखा सारखा तो विषय मला बोलायचं कारण नाही. मी आपल्या राज्याच्या राजधानीत बोललोय. माझ्या पुण्यामध्ये पालकमंत्री आहे म्हणून तिथं बोललोय.
पॉलिटिकल इन्फ्लुएंस काम पे नहीं आना क्या, मिसयूज नहीं किया गया पॉलिटिकल.
यामध्ये
आप उप मुख्यमंत्री है, आपके बेटे के ऊपर है.
Well, in fact, the document that we have essentially been talking about, this was a letter that was written by none other than Parth Pawar himself. And he says they expedite the land transfer. Vijay ji, the whistleblower in this entire matter, is joining us on this broadcast. While I'm going to just show you the documents right now. Vijay ji, जो document इस वक्त हमारे पास है, उसमें साफ तरीके से वो कहते हैं, वो भी डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर को, कि ये जो लैंड, मुंडवा की लैंड है, वो लैंड को एक्सपेडाइट करने चाहिए. और साथ ही साथ वो साइन करते हैं. ये डॉक्यूमेंट में वो खुद साइन करते हैं और ये डॉक्यूमेंट डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर को दिया जाता है.
बात बिल्कुल सही आपकी. हम पहले से कह रहे हैं कि सिर्फ इसी डॉक्यूमेंट पर नहीं, पार्थ पवार का इस लैंड के साथ करीबन 2020 से संबंध है. एक को बोलते कि एक सर्कमस्टेंशियल एविडेंस, वो तो है ही, क्योंकि एक कंपनी स्थापन हो गई तो 2020 में, दिसंबर 2020 में तब से इस कंपनी ने इस अमेरिका के अलावा सॉरी मुंडवा के अलावा कोई भी डील नहीं किया। ये एक बात हो गई। और जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स हमने 2 डॉक्यूमेंट्स है इसमें, एक 2021 का और एक 2025 का है, दोनों पर पार्थ पवार की सिग्नेचर है। ये सारा डील उन्होंने ही फैसिलिटेट करवाया। फिर अभी बोल रहे कि हमारा संबंध नहीं। ठीक है, अजित पवार 2 तरीके से बोल रहे, एक तो एक बेटे के पिताजी, लेकिन उनको ज्यादा से ज्यादा यहाँ बोलना चाहिए महाराष्ट्र के उप मुख्यमंत्री के हैसियत से। लेकिन वो सिर्फ बार बार या और कितने और 10-20 सबूत तो हम 2-4 दिन में और देंगे, लेकिन ये सबूत जो आम आदमी को दिखाई दे रहे, रिपब्लिक को दिखाई दे रहे, लोगों को दिखाई दे रहे, वो सिर्फ मीडिया और पुलिस को नहीं, सॉरी ये एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और पुलिस को नहीं दिखा रहा है। ये बहुत ही मतलब मेरे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि इस पर कैसे रिएक्ट किया जाए। सिग्नेचर देख रही क्या ये सिग्नेचर झूठे? ये तो बताना चाहिए कि सिग्नेचर नहीं थे, हमारे पास मिला नहीं, कुछ तो बोलिए। सिर्फ इंक्वायरी चालू है, 1 महीने से इंक्वायरी चालू है और 10 साल तक इंक्वायरी चालू रहेगी। एक कब खत्म होने वाला है? ऐसे मामले में जहां पॉलिटिकल लोगों का संबंध आता है, वो मामला 1 महीने के अंदर पूरा खत्म होना चाहिए। लेकिन इंक्वायरी कमेटी और एक
इस वक्त धन्यवाद, मेरे पास समय नहीं है, इसे वापस आपसे सवाल करना चाहूंगा। कई सारी चीजें जिसके बारे में बात नहीं हुई है। Questions have been raised about why exactly the Pune police hasn't really looked into these very documents, whereas Parth Pawar's own partner has been called in for questioning. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Coming up trending with my colleague Iona.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध, MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, राजा प्योर मसाला।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सब
questions over Nitish Kumar's erratic behavior. Is there a problem that Nitish and his government are hiding? A question only Arnab asks at 8:30 p.m. tonight. The same Muslim leaders who shout their lungs out on Waqf have their lips sealed on the hijab triple murder. The story Arnab puts in focus: hijab triple murder at 9 p.m. Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा।
There are questions over Nitish Kumar's erratic behavior. Is there a problem that Nitish and his government are hiding? A question only Arnab asks at 8:30 p.m. tonight. The same Muslim leaders who shout their lungs out on Waqf have their lips sealed on the hijab triple murder. The story Arnab puts in focus. Hijab triple murder at 9 p.m. There are questions over Nitish Kumar's erratic behavior. Is there a problem that Nitish and his government are hiding? A question only Arnab asks at 8:30 p.m. tonight.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for staying with us, viewers. From your smartphones to your smart televisions, trending stories are breaking the internet. Tonight, we bring to you the stories that have taken the internet by storm. For one, why the right to breathe debate has become the #1 headline as leaders across the political spectrum pass the buck. A flurry of questions coming into our newsrooms as Delhi National Capital Region faces the air-apocalypse. Next, we take you to Madhya Pradesh, where a wedding has raised eyebrows over its extravagant show of wealth. Shameful and completely unnecessary. We'll tell you what the internet has to say about the 50 crore rupees splurge. And finally, a long-standing controversy looks towards some conclusion this week. This is the Epstein files that we will be telling you about. We have this and a lot more packed in this episode for you tonight. I am Oyana and this is Trending. Viewers, as the national capital and Delhi continues to choke on toxic air, this sequence has gone completely viral. Republic TV has confronted the Delhi Environment Minister Manjinder Singh Sirsa, and the moment is now taking the internet by storm. Let's play out that entire sequence for you on your screens.
Mr. Sirsa, what do you have to say? People are now voting for Nota over any response?
अभी हम पीसी करके आए ना अभी पीसी तो करके
The experts are warning that 10 months would have been sufficient for the government to solve this issue.
क्या तरीका है आप ऐसे क्यों
Any response to the situation?
कैसे करके आए सबके साथ बैठना आपने सुना सब कुछ फिर आप
You're saying it's impossible to solve the problem within 9 to 10 months.
कर रहे हैं आप ऐसा
What is your response, sir?
आप ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं आपको इनको एक को हैंडल कर पाऊंगा ना तो आप बोले हाँ बताए आप सुन लिया अंदर ना सब मैं था नहीं मैं अंदर अच्छा नहीं सुन रहा तो आप दूसरे से ले ऐसा अच्छा नहीं अब आप बताइए
You said that it's impossible to solve this issue within 9 to 10 months. Experts are saying that you're apologizing. How do you see this? Do you think people would vote for this? After what you have said that it's impossible to solve this issue. Any response to that, sir? Because the situation is worsening.
Please आप अपना क्वेश्चन तो बताएं.
My questioning, you have apologized that it's impossible to solve this AQI issue. Experts are saying that this could have been if the government had the wheel. Do you think the government has failed?
Who is expert that told you? Can you name that expert? So we can at least have a conversation with him and find out. I think it is not I said it's impossible. I must again reiterate, it's impossible for any government, for any purpose. If it was been possible, then why it took 10 years for Aam Aadmi Party?
So how many years maybe? What many years, week?
Please let me answer your question, please. It is not about the years. It are the what steps are taken. We have to completely go with the fossil fuel vehicles. You should adopt EV vehicles, which we are doing. You need to have an end-to-end carpeting of roads, so there should be no dust. You need to remove that all dumps of legacy waste, which we are otherwise doing. So these are few changes which we have to bring in, and it will bring change in the pollution.
people are voting for Nota over AQA. To that.
मैंने अभी आपके
response
दी थी ना, पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी। ये पूरी इंटरव्यू दी थी ना आपने। तो मैंने आपको पूरी इंटरव्यू दे के आया हूँ।
How do you see people? People are suffering from respiratory problems, lot of problems. How do you see that?
No, it's a big problem we are facing.
You've shifted the blame.
No, I'm not shifted the blame. No.
The government and the federal
Aam Aadmi Party was here for 10 years. I think you must go and into Arvind Kejriwal ji for that why they haven't done it for 10 years. If they're expecting to be done in 7-8 months, they should have done it in 10 years.
So what's next then?
We are working on it. We'll let you know.
All right, viewers, citizens in the national capital have long been struggling with a steadily declining air quality index. And over time, it seems to have gotten only worse. Let me now walk you through a rather disturbing find. This is how many cigarettes that you are smoking per month might just be the key contributing factor in the worsening pollution plague that's being inflicted on us. The AQI that you live in. Let's look at the country from the top for this. We have Jammu and Kashmir reporting a severe AQI at 242, an approximate total of 79 cigarettes that is consumed on a per person basis. Second up, we have Delhi reporting an AQI at 231, also severe, which when looked against the fact that a total of 211 cigarettes are smoked approximately per person in a month, would track. Next up is Punjab, recording an AQI of 282 and correspondingly a total of 92 cigarettes tracked to be smoked by one daily. Not left far behind, we have Haryana, reporting an AQI of 232 and a total of 92 cigarettes tracked as being consumed on a monthly basis. And at last, we have West Bengal with an AQI report of 226, consequent perhaps to the fact that an overall 92 cigarettes are being consumed by one person on a monthly basis. And with the population that each of these cities houses, the total figure would be a mind-numbing one. But as can be inferred now, well attributed to the worsening pollution that we are faced with. All right, viewers, joining us live is Padma Shri awardee Dr. Sanjeev Bagai as we take a deep dive into the problem of AQI plaguing our lives. Dr. Bagai, I appreciate you joining us this evening, sir. First up, my first question to you, sir. What do you believe is the impact of this deadly AQI on the pulmonary health of the older people that is currently living in the national capital and otherwise in India?
So, good evening. The issue is not only of one particular pollutant. The real issue is of many pollutants, what we call as co-pollutants. So it's the particulate matter of PM2.5, PM5. It's the hydrofluorocarbons. It's the volatile organic compounds. It's the toxic gases, including methane, SOx, NOx, carbon monoxide. It's the heavy metals, such as lead, arsenic, cadmium, and of course the microplastic, which is called as micro-nanoplastic. So it's a host of factors. They're all carcinogenic. So it's not limited to the lungs. So what really happens is either it's inhaled or it's ingested. In either case, these pollutants break through what we call as the lung-blood barrier or indeed the gut-blood barrier. So they enter into your mainstream. It involves the lungs, your brain, your heart, your kidneys, your bones, cancers, asthma, bronchitis, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, acute myocardial infarctions, strokes, cerebrovascular accidents, you name it and you have it. But more importantly, if you focus, two important things. One is that it involves the pregnancies, and the expectant mother then gets involved through the placenta. The particulate matter reaches the fetus. There is structural abnormalities in the fetus, what we call as congenital heart or hole in the heart, brain defects, kidney defects, bone defects, absent limbs. It damages your DNA. That means your chromosomes are altered. There are breakages in your chromosomes. So therefore, your next generations are therefore subjected to more deformities and malformations. And apart from that, your heavy metals conjoins with the micro-nanoplastic to oxidize the particles of plastic. So they become super ions and they then particulate even more in the body. So it's a huge cascade of inflammation which sets into the body. And we need to obviously take it on a war footing.
Dr. Bag, I also want to ask you, every year it's the same story, and we've seen how schools have been impacted. Every week the government is coming up with some new measure, but clearly the schools and the children, their education, their welfare is at stake. I want to ask you, sir, what is the impact of this AQI and these pollutants that you mentioned on children, specifically below the age of 8, whose lungs are still in the developing phase?
Yeah, so India is losing approximately 2 million Indians directly because of the impact of air pollution, its complications, what we call as mortality. But more importantly, it's the children specifically under the age group of 5, because their lungs are not as developed, their pulmonary reserves are limited, their immunity is still not up to the mark, and the body organs are still developing. Apart from that, children below the age of 8 to 9 breathe twice the respiratory rate as adults. So therefore, they inhale 2 times the volume of the co-pollutants. So it damages their lungs, their brains that much more. It is sequential studies internationally have shown that children subjected to this kind of AQI have learning disorders, autism spectrum disorder, attention deficit disorder, decreased cognitive function, and so on. So it's multifactorial, precipitating diabetes in young age, hypertension, obesity, metabolic syndromes, and so on. So children, of course, are the most vulnerable, and we must keep them protected.
Dr. Bagai, I request you to stay on with us, because just a short while back we opened up the phone lines, and we have a flurry of responses and questions that have come into our newsrooms. And one of the very popular questions that came in was the fact that, every year it's the same story. And even as the GRAP 4 measures were in place, we are seeing that it's not really made much of an effect. So how would you advise the government to tackle this? Because earlier today, the Delhi Environment Minister, in fact, also went on to say very blatantly that this issue cannot be contained even until next week. So how do you believe that the checks and balances must be in place, sir?
So I think the entire issue of this GRAP, as far as the categorization is concerned, waiting for the AQI to reach 400 and 500, knowing fully well that we are not counting the impact of the heavy metals and micro nanoplastics, is actually wrong. I think a warning and a public awareness campaign must continue, but a warning as a public advisory must come in when the AQI is about 200 to 300, not wait for 400, 500. Higher the exposure, longer the exposure, greater the damage. So like you mentioned, every 22 notches of AQI going up is equivalent to smoking 1 cigarette. So in Delhi, if the AQI is about 800 to 900, it's equivalent to smoking about 40 cigarettes a day. And that's really not fair. For never smokers, there is a 20% increased risk of lung cancers. But the measures can't be in a piecemeal. So we need a very sustained response. I'm absolutely sure that you cannot resolve this within 1 year or 2 years. Therefore, we need a 5-year plan, a complete rollout, and with deliverables every 6 months as continuous monitoring.
Right. Dr. Sanjeev Bag, I appreciate you joining us and giving us your perspective as we continue to report extensively on the story. Viewers, we also have a stream of online reactions coming in from Republic's viewers, fellow sufferers of AQI. Let's tune you in to the reactions this campaign's bear amassing as yet.
I live has been consistently above 200 for the past many months. Largely due to unregulated construction and activities of similar nature. It's time for the government to stop overlooking something as integral and as all-pervasive as air. Because it's affecting the health of the citizens in a big way at this point. And as individual citizens, there's only so much that can be done, because these large-scale activities need regulation. And so I don't know how to put it more simply, but I just want to breathe better.
क्या कर रही हो दिल्ली की सीएम रेखा गुप्ता? आप सोचती हो कि आपने बहुत प्रगति कर दी है और दिल्ली को बहुत आगे बढ़ा दिया अरविंद केजरीवाल के बाद, तो आपके द्वारा पैदा की गई स्थिति को इस वीडियो में दिखाने वाला हूं। दोस्तों, ये देखिए, ये मेरे हॉस्टल की बालकनी है और 5वें फ्लोर पे मैं खड़ा हूं और देखिए किस प्रकार का यहाँ कोहरा है। ये मैंने कोई फिल्टर नहीं लगाया है, ये पूरा व्हाइट। देखिए आप, ये बिल्डिंग यहाँ से दूर से थोड़ी दिख रही है, बिल्कुल दूर से, लेकिन इतनी ऊंचाई पे मैं खड़ा हूं और तब भी सब साफ। और दूसरी क्लिप में मेरी हॉस्टल की आपको जो सही स्थिति जो थी वो दिखाता हूं। आप देख सकते हैं किस प्रकार का माहौल बना हुआ है और फिर ये लोग सोचते हैं कि हमने काम किया है। ये काम किया है आपने?
Okay, viewers, do take note. As the national capital and the NCR grapples with pollution, we have the ministers, on the other hand, splurging on weddings, which consequently has triggered much of a debate online. And we really mean it when we label this wedding as opulent, as reports suggest that the wedding celebrations entailed fireworks worth a whopping ₹70 lakhs. That's not all. We also have news that this wedding took place at a sanctum sanctorum, which has otherwise remained closed to the public and was specifically opened for this very wedding. What prompts this special treatment has been the question plaguing people. These questions and outrage comes at a time when most of the nation has been battling AQI and Indore, which happens to be one of India's cleanest cities, especially at a time when Indore's AQI was already ranging between moderate to unhealthy. Many people questioned whether such a grand display was appropriate for a public servant's family, especially given the ongoing pollution concern. And yes, Republic TV caught an exclusive with the BJP Neta in question, which we're going to play out for you shortly. The interaction catches onto the nonchalance displayed by leaders in terms of problems like pollution that are seriously taking over the country and bringing life to a standstill. Here's a brief glimpse into how the conversation played out.
हमारे साथ बीजेपी विधायक गोलू शुक्ला हैं। गोलू जी, आपके बेटे की शादी काफी चर्चाओं में है।
शादी करना कोई गुनाह है क्या? शादी करी है, अच्छे से शादी करी है। बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई, लड़की वालों ने अच्छे से स्वागत करा, सब कुछ अच्छे से हुआ, तो फिर क्या दिक्कत है?
लेकिन आपके मुख्यमंत्री सामूहिक विवाह करते हैं, सामूहिक विवाह में बेटे की शादी करते हैं, और आप इतनी ज़्यादा जो आपने...
मैं भी 50 जोड़ों का सामूहिक विवाह करता हूँ। 51 जोड़ों का अभी फरवरी में सामूहिक विवाह है गरीब बच्चों का, और बहुत अच्छे से और बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से करता हूँ। आप भी उसमें आमंत्रित।
एक और वीडियो वायरल हो रहा है खजराना गणेश मंदिर का, गर्भगृह में जाकर वरमाला किया, ये भी नियम विरुद्ध बताया जा रहा है।
हजारों लोग गणेश जी के दर्शन करने जाते हैं। आप सुबह से लेकर शाम तक खजराना गणेश मंदिर में रहें तो आपको दिख जाएगा कि सैकड़ों लोग वहाँ दर्शन करते हैं।
Okay, piping hot on the internet, these are the hot trends of the day. Rihanna was reportedly yelled at by an audience member to sit down during Mariah Carey's Las Vegas performance. The moment caught attention online, leaving the internet divided, with some fans debating concern etiquette, while others defended Riri, calling her the only person truly enjoying the concert. The Weeknd just struck a jaw-dropping new deal for his music catalogue. The 35-year-old singer and Lyric Capital Group finalized a business venture in which Lyric has invested in the artist's music catalogue from its inception through 2025. Actor Rashmika Mandana's Sri Lanka Girls Getaway has reignited speculation about the wedding plans with Vijay Deverakonda. While neither star has confirmed anything, fans are readying between the vacation photos and the timing. Comedian Bharti Singh is facing sharp criticism online after a comment perceived as body-shaming actor Aisha Khan of Dhurandhar fame. Soon after, Bharti commented that seeing Aisha made her feel like Krishna had come back again. Aisha Khan appeared visibly uncomfortable, and social media users have called out the remark, making it amply clear that the joke wasn't funny. Michelle Obama has spoken emotionally about the sudden deaths of Rob and Michelle Reiner, revealing that she and former President Barack Obama were scheduled to meet the couple on the very day they were found dead. She also directly addressed a social media post by President Donald Trump that referred to Rob Reiner as deranged, a remark that has drawn condemnation across the political spectrum. Pushing back firmly, Michelle Obama said, "Let me just say this, unlike some people, Rob and Michelle Reiner are some of the most decent, courageous people you ever want to know. They are not deranged or crazed." The Bengaluru IPL team unveiled their IPL 2026 squad, retaining key players like Virat Kohli and Rajat Patidar, while adding fresh depth through strategic signings. With a balanced mix of power, pace and experience, RCB's message is clear. The title defense is on. Indian opener Yashasvi Jaiswal was hospitalized with acute gastroenteritis after a Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy match on Tuesday, December 16th in Pune. Reports suggest that the young batter is now stable with no major health concerns at this stage. Lionel Messi wrapped up his 2025 India tour with Inter Miami teammates Luis Suarez and Rodrigo De Paul at Anand Ambani's Vantara Rescue Centre in Jamnagar in Gujarat. Anand personally hosted, gifting Messi a $1.1 million Richard Mille watch, while Messi participated in pujas to deities like Ganesha and Shiva, praying for world peace. During a banquet held in honour of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Addis Ababa, Ethiopians were seen clapping and singing India's national song Vande Mataram. Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared the video, calling it a deeply moving moment. The diplomatic car rides for Prime Minister Narendra Modi has now been one too many, from travelling together with Russian Premier Putin first in September during the SCO, and then as they drove to 7 Lok Kalyan Marg earlier this month, and now being personally driven to the airport first by the Crown Prince of Jordan, now the Ethiopian Prime Minister. Visuals of Prime Minister Modi at Muscat have now gone viral. Hi viewers, the Trump administration faces a Friday deadline to release its full files on Jeffrey Epstein after years of speculation over what the documents contain, teeing up numerous potential revelations about the financier and his alleged abuse. But it remains to be seen if the government could keep some details about Epstein's high-profile friends under wraps for now. Survivors of Epstein, viewers, have been more or less relieved on the potential release of the files. Over the weeks leading up to the potential release, we have had victims and survivors come forth and speak up on their opinions and feelings on the files being ambiguous as far and now potentially soon to see the light of the day. Playing for you now, viewers, is a glimpse into what some of the survivors had to say.
What I expect to see in the files is myself would be fine, and then the other alleged men, women that were unfortunately attacking and abusing these young girls, younger than me, teenagers, children. So if their names are in there, that would be great. I know a lot of them don't want that because they were underage. I was not underage.
I do have a little anxiety for the Epstein files to come out and be made public to the public. My name's not redacted. And I do feel the one thing I need to project and put out there into the world is, for the privacy of the survivors and the victims, they should be protected and their names should be redacted because that's the right thing to do after all the trauma and just everything we've been through. All of us, regardless of how we feel, deserve, not even want, we deserve the transparency. We deserve the honesty.
All right, we have to move on to some breaking news coming in. Viewers, Republic TV has now confronted and questioned Congress leader and former Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan on his comments insulting the armed forces during Operation Sindoor. The confrontation sequence now on your screens, viewers.
अरे गेट बंद हो जाए मैं अटक सर आप माफी मांगेंगे सर आप माफी मांगेंगे सर आप माफी मांगेंगे जिस तरह से सेना के जवान का अपमान किया सर ठीक है एक सवाल का साहेब नाही म्हणतात ना साहेब नाही म्हणते ते एक सवाल देतो ना सर तुम्हाला सर एक सवाल लेने दीजिए सर एक सर आप सेना के जवान का अपमान किए हैं सर आप सेना के जवान के अपमान किए हैं आप माफी मांगेंगे सर मारेकडे तू घे प्रकाशात सर अरे गेट बंद हो जाए, मैं अटक। सर आप माफी मांगेंगे? सर आप माफी मांगेंगे? सर आप माफी मांगेंगे जिस तरह से सेना के जवान का अपमान किया? सर ठीक है, एक सवाल का साहेब नाही म्हणतात ना, साहेब नाही म्हणते ते। एक सवाल देतो ना सर, सर एक सवाल लेना दीजिए।
सर एक
सर आप सेना के जवान का अपमान किए हैं, सर आप सेना के जवान के अपमान किए हैं, आप माफी मांगेंगे? सर मारेंगे तू क्या प्रकाश? सर
There is no question of an apology. This is what the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra had to say as media asked him some tough questions. And here you saw it, how he dodged our cameras. We'll keep a close watch on that story for you, viewers. Meanwhile, that's all that we had on this edition of Trending for you this evening. Up next, the debate with Arnab Goswami. Thanks for watching.
You don't have AQI, the AQI you deserve to breathe. Schools are shut, hospitals are filling, respiratory wards are overflowing. The political system says we're busy. Where are our elected leaders? The nation wants to know. This is a mass national public health disaster. The government is just passing the buck. Grab 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing helps. Meanwhile, big industries continue, small industries keep polluting, construction resumes. The politicians believe they can poison you and still win elections. AAP blames stubble burning. BJP blames legacy. Congress blames everybody else. If you care for AQI, start a movement. You must breathe the air you deserve. Nota for AQI.
The same Muslim leaders who shout their lungs out on Waqf have their lips sealed on the hijab triple murder. The story Arnab puts in focus. Hijab triple murder at 9 p.m. Co-powered by Century Ply, Club Prime, Raho Befikar.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है! अरे मेरे राजा,
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
There are questions over Nitish Kumar's erratic behavior. Is there a problem that Nitish and his government are hiding? A question only Arnab asks at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Co-powered by Century Ply, Club Prime, Raho Befikar.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है! अरे मेरे राजा,
प्लीज स्टॉप। झुमका तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका। नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा। तेरा झुमका। मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड। दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
The same Muslim leaders who shout their lungs out on Waqf have their lips sealed on the hijab triple murder. The story Arnab puts in focus. Hijab triple murder at 9 p.m.
You don't have AQI, the AQI you deserve to breathe. Schools are shut, hospitals are filling, respiratory wards are overflowing. The political system says we are busy. Where are our elected leaders? The nation wants to know. This is a mass national public health disaster. The government is just passing the buck. Grab 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing helps. Meanwhile, big industries continue, small industries keep polluting, construction resumes. The politicians believe they can poison you and still win elections. AAP blames stubble burning. BJP blames legacy. Congress blames everybody else. If you care for AQI, start a movement. You must breathe the air you deserve. Nota for AQI.
The same Muslim leaders who shout their lungs out on Waqf have their lips sealed on the hijab triple murder. The story Arnab puts in focus. Hijab triple murder at 9 p.m. There are questions over Nitish Kumar's erratic behavior. Is there a problem that Nitish and his government are hiding? A question only Arnab asks at 8:30 p.m. tonight.
You don't have AQI, the AQI you deserve to breathe. Schools are shut, hospitals are filling, respiratory wards are overflowing. The political system says we are busy. Where are our elected leaders? The nation wants to know. This is a mass national public health disaster. The government is just passing the buck. Grab 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing helps. Meanwhile, big industries continue, small industries keep polluting, construction resumes. The politicians believe they can poison you and still win elections. AAP blames stubble burning. BJP blames legacy. Congress blames everybody else. If you care for AQI, start a movement. You must breathe the air you deserve. Nota for AQI.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
on the show tonight, the BJP under fire for the super lavish, super uber, very expensive weddings of the children of their own leaders. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, the question the nation must ask, is there a problem with Nitish Kumar? And at 9 o'clock tonight, 3 murders, 1 ideology of fear, and a lobby that suddenly looks away. We're talking about the hijab triple murder that nobody in the fake media is talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJP, which is in power in New Delhi and in the state of Madhya Pradesh, whether they have forgotten the promises that they made to the people when they were elected. Look at these visuals tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is the image some BJP leaders are trying to send of their new ideology. I have nothing against lavish weddings. But when you spend 7 million rupees on 5 to 10 minutes of a firecracker display, when a BJP MLA says, yes, I spent 70 lakh rupees on firecrackers, and the BJP MLA from Indore, his name is Golu, has spent 70 lakh rupees on firecrackers on his son's wedding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not what the BJP promised when they came to power, that their leaders would have so much money and display so much money. And I'm only mentioning one wedding, but I am saying clearly that I hope the BJP leadership is taking note of what's going on. There's a new trend among BJP leaders to display money, display connections, display celeb connections, have a celeb life, fly private jets all the time, buy the most expensive cars, BJP leaders and leaders in BJP and BJP coalition governments, own large and huge amounts of property. Ladies and gentlemen, it's become a trend, this approach of some BJP leaders. And you may say, why am I mentioning the BJP? Well, because they're the ones in power. So they should be more careful. I know Congress leaders have been doing this all their lives, but I'm talking about the BJP leaders. What is going on, this uber-rich lifestyle by family members of BJP netas? Have the look at the visuals again and ask yourself, am I asking anything wrong here? Full frame, please. You spend millions of rupees, go up in smoke in a minute. And then you say, yes, we got money, we are spending it. What problem do you have? We don't have a problem with your spending money. We have a problem in the amount of money you're spending and the open display of wealth and the crude display of money. Ladies and gentlemen, while this is happening, I show you the other side tonight. In the same state of Uttar Pradesh, the BJP must know that a pregnant woman in Madhya Pradesh's Rewa district died in agony. Died in agony after being stranded near a flooded bridge for nearly 2 hours. You've got the other visuals. In the same state of Madhya Pradesh, and now I'll have to direct the director because they're not getting it, where you have 7 million rupees spent in 10 minutes of firecracker display by a BJP leader in his family wedding. In the same state today, there is a health crisis with 6 children with thalassemia who have been tested positive for HIV, which means they were given HIV-infected blood transfusions. And I am asking the Bharatiya Janata Party, are they in touch with what's happening among the people? I want to ask the BJP and the BJP highest leadership today, what are you doing? If you were in opposition and the Congress had been in power and a Congress leader had spent this kind of money on a family wedding at a time when children were given HIV-infected blood transfusions, the BJP would have made a big deal of it. But maybe today the approach of the BJP leaders is, so what? Let our leaders spend all the money they have. They have money, they'll spend it. We have a Maria Antoinette approach. And you'll justify it saying, don't forget, we give 2, 3, 4, 5,000 rupees among the poor people as subsidy. So we can spend crores and crores and crores on our weddings and nobody must complain. I also want to ask the BJP whether it's all right with all this money being spent by all their leaders is legit. I want to ask them whether the ED and the IT and their all agencies will investigate every single transaction happening in these weddings, every single vendor transaction, to check whether it is above board in cash or kind, or check or RTGS, whether it is, but more importantly, whether it is ethical or not, whether it is moral or not to spend this kind of money. Now, you can say, well, industrialists spend money. Well, industrialists are not politicians. But when netas spend this kind of money, and netas spend huge amounts of money, this is a show of money that is, unfortunately, only one word for it. It is despicable. And I also want to say that maybe the BJP leaders think that, like this man thinks they are in power, they'll do what they want, they'll spend 70 lakh rupees on 5 minutes of fireworks. And because they'll say, we'll do what we want, there is no opposition in this country, I want to remind the BJP, in that case, never forget one thing. In issues like this, on an issue-by-issue basis, the people are the opposition. If I open the phone calls tonight, people themselves will tell the BJP what's going on. Take action against this leader from Indore. This conspicuous display of wealth, in any case, has become a trend of late. And politicians have started behaving like they are richer than the biggest industrialists. This show of wealth, chartered planes, super luxury weddings, the disgusting display of this uber-rich lifestyle by some politicians and their family members openly. And I'm only mentioning one wedding, but you know there are many. And it's not only weddings, it's their lifestyle, it's their approach. They must remember, I'm not drawing a comparison, but one of our neighboring countries, the super uber lifestyle of the Gen Z of the politicians in Nepal made people very angry. I don't support what happened in Nepal, but we should also draw lessons from what happened there. That if the gap between the privileged and those who are not becomes too wide, and if the Gen Z and the others begin to display this super rich lifestyle, show how much money they have, behave like they're in a Monte Carlo all the time, believe that it's like they are in a casino all the time, they need to display the money they have, then they also upset the people. Ladies and gentlemen, going back, I want to make another point. Now we can move from that. The point is, have we taken this big fat Indian wedding concept a bit too far? Has it become a little crude? We have to be extremely careful because this extreme display of wealth by politicians with billions watching on social media, lakhs observing, millions commenting, cameras recording, makes the masses of India feel that the gap between the super rich netas and them has become too much. And they must not think, the politicians must not think that they can spend money in a way that it will make even Donald Trump cringe. And it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. The top leadership of the BJP should send a clear message to these cringe-worthy display of wealth and those behind them that it's not okay. People of India are watching. They are watching everything. And I also want to ask the RSS, I hope they are watching. RSS leaders have very simple lifestyles. I hope Mr. Mohan Bhagwat is watching. I hope Mr. Indresh Kumar is watching. I hope Dattatreya Hosboleji is watching. I talk directly. People don't like it. But this is also the reality, that because there is no effective opposition in this country, those in power cannot do exactly what they feel like. Ladies and gentlemen, the politician in question says, is it wrong to celebrate a wedding? When our reporter asked him. I have the visual of him also. And I'd say to him, it's not wrong to celebrate a wedding. But it's bad to make your display of wealth the sole occasion of a wedding when you turn it into an obscene display of wealth. I want to tell the politician, it's not okay. I want to tell the party concerned, it's not okay. And I want to tell everyone watching tonight that the people of India are also watching. Let's debate.
This is just a 1 minute 46-second video from what was 3 days of celebrations. This sequence is unedited. It's not from a Bollywood film. It's a wedding set, custom built only for this one wedding in Indore. It's a set built for this couple you see on screen. The son and daughter-in-law to be of a public servant, a BJP politician, a legislator in Madhya Pradesh. A backdrop of a temple built with Lord Shiva's statue carved, themed around the Mahakal corridor, themed just for this couple. The fireworks went on for 10 minutes. Insiders say 7 million was spent on fireworks alone, which makes it 7 lakh rupees per minute. By the time this video ends, 14 lakhs would have been spent. This 5-acre private space was booked for the BJP politician. Golu Shukla, as per estimates, may have spent approximately 50 crore. Influencers hired to capture every moment, to spread the word. They're calling it the political splurge of the decade. And the politician in question is defending this obscenity. Will the BJP suspend him?
शादी करना कोई गुनाह है क्या? शादी करी है, अच्छे से शादी करी है, बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई, लड़की वालों ने अच्छा से स्वागत करा, सब कुछ अच्छे से हुआ, तो फिर क्या दिक्कत? अब आंकड़ा 70 करोड़ का लगा दो, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
Now, I think it's getting a bit too much. What do you think? Pratibha Prahlad, I want to start with you. You know, of late, anyway, Indian weddings have become a little OTT, over the top. But this is a politician in question.
Arnav, I heard all that you said in the beginning, and I agree with every word that you have said, because this is the reality of the times. Such extravagance reflects a troubling disconnect between the political elites and the lived realities of ordinary citizens. When ordinary citizens are grappling with so many problems of unemployment, inflation, lack of basic amenities, lack of access to basic facilities, when this kind of extravagance they see through political representatives,
Sorry,
then,
yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah. So this kind of an extravagance, the optics are very, very, very wrong. And it almost kind of shows that, even environmental stewardship becomes the responsibility of ordinary citizens.
What happens is, at some point of time, it snaps.
Correct.
At some point of time, it snaps and people say, no, this is disgusting. This is terrible. And this is exactly the kind of thing that the BJP used to say is terrible when they were in opposition. Now they're in power. They're like, oh, let us spend the money. We'll give you some subsidy. Be happy.
Let us make the money first and then spend the money.
And why? What is the need for this? See, this is not a... You're not a private industrialist, you're not a film star, you're a sitting BJP MLA, for God's sake. Even if you have money from other means, you should not spend it like this.
Is it okay for a film star to do it, Arnab?
No, it's not. It's not okay for a politician to do it. That is the point. Because a politician...
Okay, so the argument put...
Why not? Why not?
Why should a politician from the BJP not spend the money like this, he says, or have someone else spend the money? I don't know whether this was organized by him or his relations. But the fact is, I never believe this can happen.
In a democracy,
nobody questioned the 5,000 crore wedding of Ambani.
Families are not just private individuals. They're beneficiaries of a public trust.
When you were young, you would have heard Lalu Prasad Yadav and his continuous spending of money
Louder, I can't hear
for
it.
his children. Out of taking coffers from the government as well as people.
Somebody who spends so much money. Just let me talk first, please. Let me just finish what I have to say. I'm
Calls
just
will be
saying
open tonight.
that, symbolism matters in the democracy. And I'm saying that leaders and political families are not just private individuals. They are there because of public trust.
Why are you not sitting in a shanty? Why are you living in a good place?
What's that got to do with you, for God's sake? I mean, I earn my livelihood.
These are not questions. We are not living in North Korea. Stop living in North Korea.
Crazy display of money. Hashtag not 7 million.
Of wealth when people are grappling with basic necessities.
Well, I just say this to the BJP tonight. They may not want to hear it. I'll tell you why it's not okay. I'll tell you why it's not okay. I'll tell you why it's not okay. It's not okay. Raman, just chill for a minute. I'll tell you why it's not okay. Because not far from where this happened, in Satna, also in Madhya Pradesh, 6 children with thalassemia have tested positive for HIV. It's not okay. In Madhya Pradesh, a pregnant woman in Rewa died in agony after being stranded on a flooded bridge for 2 hours without any medical help. It's not okay. And then you're from the ruling party, you're saying, I'll spend crores because I have the money. I have the money, I'm a politician, I'm a neta. People will spend crores at weddings of my family members. Nobody should complain. You're crossing the line. No, you can't do that. It's not okay. It's not ethical. It's not moral. It's not moral.
Why are you sitting in a good studio? Why should you not sit in a Ajit Anjum kind of a studio?
I mean, that is such a, blatantly wrong argument.
1 minute. I'm sorry. I think you've lost the plot completely.
He just lost the plot.
I'll tell you here. Here is 1 minute. Here is a display of money for the moment, which means I can spend crores in a day. And it is obviously aimed, Yogita, at making people see. Earlier, politicians would want to show they are simple so that people would think they are one of them. This is Gotham City logic. And the BJP is making a mistake. And the RSS should also look at what the BJP leader is doing and how the lifestyles of the BJP leaders is a matter of concern. I'm sorry. It's not okay.
I will give you another example.
It's not okay for opposition, but it's certainly not okay for ruling party. It's not okay. Yogita Bayana, calls are coming in. We'll take live calls. I think I have live calls tonight. Open the lines. I'll have the camera show where the calls are coming tonight. Is that ready? Yogita is on the... Yogita.
Okay, you display your wealth.
It's not okay.
Okay, you want to display your wealth. You have the wealth. You want to display. It's a new wealth. Maybe through corruption, or I'm sure it is through corruption. There is no doubt they must have made the money, easy money, through corruption, and they want to display. Even if you want to display, have some better ways. Donate to people, uplift them, do langars. There are 100 things you can do and display your wealth. Firecrackers, definitely it's a big no. 70 crores on firecrackers, I think it's insane. If I'm not wrong with the figures or whatever, correct me with the figures, but even a rupee on the firecracker is like insane.
70 lakh,
you are polluting the environment. First of all, you are polluting the environment. We already live in a very polluted
Please charge him for polluting the environment.
And secondly, you could invest that money in a better noble causes. If you're really looking to display your wealth, It is not about being politician or not. Definitely a politician should be careful about using the money because people choose them, they look up to them, they take them as their leaders. If you display in this wrong manner, what will be the hooligans doing? Looking at them. You know, they have so many hooligans around them who look up to them, and then they will also keep doing the same thing. It will have such a ripple effect. The whole onus will be on you. That's the reason you will see every second car will have BJP stickers,
something like that.
will have BJP sticker and doing all the crimes in the cities. Arnab, I'm not joking. You'll have tinted glasses which are not allowed since Nirbhaya days. Everybody just puts a sticker and do whatever and get away with it.
So please file
How mean is that? How can you just let it happen right under your nose?
Fix it.
This is crazy.
I fully support
I am
what
not
you are
mixing.
saying right
it
now.
is the display of your power, your wealth. This is insane. You cannot do that. People look up to you. In this country, people die hungry. There was an incident in Delhi. The whole family died because they did not get food.
Do you think, can I have hot calls, please?
There are children.
The call shot? Do we have the shot? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm requesting, can we have the calls line open? I think we are receiving calls. We got WhatsApp messages, and I just want to show a long shot of our newsroom tonight, where as of this minute, our lines are open. Open the lines, put the phone line on, not the WhatsApp call line. Please, producers, follow what I'm saying. I want the people involved in this. And the fact is, viewers, something's going wrong. I'm just trying to tell the BJP people are watching tonight. And the lines are open and I want to hear you. I want to hear you. That's a shot of my newsroom. That's our news desk manning the phone lines. And we have calls ringing. Look at them. The calls are coming in right now, and from there, I'm going to take the calls straight across to you. I'm asking you, is it okay? I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay at all. Something's going wrong out here. Were these vendors paid digitally? Were contracts invoiced? Were taxes paid? Were GST complied with? Today, reality is this, Lokesh, that I see a lot of cars every day. I see a lot of cars with BJP flags, and the BJP flags are in metal BJP flags, big BJP insignia, big boards, councillor, MLA, jhandas, tinted glasses, behaving like they own everything. And the BJP top leadership must know that whatever their intent, if this is what is happening on the ground, you're going to be alienated. Lokesh is on the debate. Lokesh is from Indore, in fact. Lokesh.
I want to ask a few questions, Arnab. Now, there was the GOAT tour of Lionel Messi, whereby 10 lakhs were being charged for a handshake with Lionel Messi. And there were people who were ready to shell out that much of money for significance that particular personality had on their lives. Now, the point over here is, yes, the environmental harm that burning of cracker does, that is a valid point. And the Supreme Court has already given its directive to make use of green crackers and not
It's not
use,
about crackers, it's about the spending. It's about the spending. And this is only a case in point. Lokesh, this is only one case in point. You see, point I'm making is, I'm not saying कि complete sadgi ho जीवन में. I'm simply saying that when people in a political party, any party, but more so the ruling party, they may have wealth, but when they display it in a crude manner, then there is someone else watching who says, what are you doing about the children who got HIV in Satna? What are you doing about what are you doing about your government health system if you have so much money? What are you doing about your government health system? I'm asking you, it's the display of money which is not right. It's not okay. I'm not in a minority. I'm telling you, you're in a minority. I'm just the only media guy talking about this. I'm not corporate media, so I can talk about it.
You're absolutely right, upholding the media ethics and asking the right questions. But the point that I want to put up over here is that the person is doing this in his individual capacity.
Oh God.
had nothing to do with any form of a political stance to be taken. He is not promoting vulgar display of wealth in weddings all over. That's his personal decision.
No. I'm sorry, this is not personal. Akhil Swami is coming in. 1 minute. Pratibha, 1 sec. Akhil Lokesh says this is spending of money in a personal capacity. Republic has no right to ask questions about it, he says.
Matters of the political elites. It's about values, it's not about money.
Might have received money from George Soros, because I understand a lady who is advisor to Prime Minister of India is getting aided by George Soros. Why are you making so much hue and cry? Mr. Modi spends thousands of crores, funds thousands of crores on foreign visits. We do not know as to what purpose he goes there, what he does there.
I think the problem is you're not serious. We have a serious issue, Akhil. You are determined. We have a serious issue about the display of wealth. The Prime Minister traveling on official duty has nothing to do with it. Raman.
मोटरसाइकिल देखने जा रहे थे क्या? राहुल गांधी मोटरसाइकिल देखने जा रहे थे? रेवंत रेड्डी ने 10 लाख रुपया लिया क्या हाथ मिलाने का मेसी के साथ?
I'm saying there have to be some curbs.
8,000 करोड़ के हवाई जहाज में उड़ते हैं, 14 करोड़ की गाड़ी में घूमते हैं, बताओ ना, वो भी पैसा फूक।
तो आप जब प्लेन में जाते हैं, आपका 10 रुपए का हवाई जहाज में जाते हैं, आप जो हवाई जहाज में जाते हैं वो 10 रुपए का होता है। You are ridiculous. अखिल
में मिलाया था 8,000 करोड़ पैसे दिए थे, हवाई जहाज में घूमते हैं, गरीब देश के प्राइम मिनिस्टर, और हजारों करोड़ रुपए खर्च करते हैं विदेश यात्रा में, कहीं जॉर्डन चले। अरे तुम हो गए गरीब, हमारा भारत महान है, हमारे भारत के पास पैसा है। करते धरते कुछ नहीं है, करते धरते कुछ नहीं है।
No, this is I have Bhuvaneshwar Gupta calling in from Jammu. Mr. Gupta, please. Mr. Gupta is calling tonight. Our desk calls are live, as you can see. Mr. Gupta, I'll take 5 quick calls. Yeah, Mr. Gupta.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Quickly, sir. Too many calls coming in, sir.
Any individual who is in politics, he is not a special person. He has wasted money and wasted reputation of his and of his party.
Exactly.
That should be condemned.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mr. Gupta, thank you very much for your call. As you can see, a lot of calls coming in here. Pratibha, this is wrong.
बीजेपी के बाद पैसे ही कैसे हैं? 10,000 करोड़ आप खा गए उसमें।
This is just wrong. Dr. Usha Radhakrishnan from Dehradun. Dr. Usha.
लाखों करोड़ों में बीजेपी खेल रही है।
Dr. Usha, are you there?
बेईमानों की पार्टी है।
1 minute. Dr. Usha is not there on the line. CR Writer from Mumbai. Mr. Writer? Not through?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Writer, is that Mr. Writer?
Yes, I'm speaking.
What do you think about what's going on? Sir, am I making a right or wrong point?
I'll tell you one thing. It's disgusting.
It
is really disgusting. We common people spend money from our pockets as income tax. These people, politicians, they don't spend 1 paisa for income tax and they burn our money. Please take action. You are
I'm just saying to the Prime Minister, to the BJP President, the new BJP President, the 46-year-old BJP President, if he wants to do one right thing, he has to take action against this MLA. Am I right, Pratibha?
I think so, because it reinforces the public cynicism that, and the perception that political power insulates these people from the consequences of their own policies. I mean, also, Arnav, it's about values that you display.
It's about values.
Democracy, optics matter.
Anyway, I think, Pratibha, this spending too much money in weddings is not good.
It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible.
Why are you sitting in a well-decorated place? You should sit in a basic canteen and talk.
What's that got to do with anything? What's that got? I mean, your argument lacks substance. Your argument lacks substance because it's got nothing to do with anything.
That is his goddamn money, not yours. That is his goddamn money, not yours.
For God's sake, he's a political person. He's an MLA. He's got dirty money.
Nirjan from Nagpur. Nirjan, you there?
Yes, sir.
What do you think, Nirjan?
Sir, this is first time I am seeing the delegates who are contributing to your discussion are talking bullshit.
Yeah, Yogita.
The mistake is mistake. This is not the chief of BJP who will have this kind of approach. He believes in simple living and people should follow it.
Yeah, Yogita, I can't hear Yogita. You got to put the audio up.
You can't even If you are called so-called leaders, leaders means people
Yogita.
follow you. It
And
means
Lokesh.
people will do what you do.
And Lokesh.
So if you are not behaving appropriately, then you are responsible for the wrongdoing.
Back to Raman.
So that's the reason we are asking you questions.
No,
and if you are
next
chosen,
package.
you better behave. That's exactly we are saying. You can't compare.
Why do you have a lavish
Ajit
lifestyle?
Anjum,
Why
who
do
is
you
doing
move around
wonderful
with
job, and Anand
millions of
Goswami
rupees of
studio.
Gadi?
What the hell are you doing?
Why?
This is no comparison. You can't compare these things. It is a
Why?
wrong example. If you can't do
Why?
that, resign.
Why not?
Don't be a politician.
Why not?
And do
Why
whatever
not? We
hell
can
you want to
compare.
do.
We can
We don't
compare.
care.
We can compare. Why is an Arnab Goswami in
You can't
Colombo
compare.
studio?
You are
And
not.
why is Ajit
Why are you
Anjum on the
elected?
board?
You are
That
elected
is his
leaders.
style and that
For
is his
God's
way.
sake,
Do
have
not
some
compare the two.
decorum.
Okay, so now the attitude is of these people. If you question them, we're going to question you. I mean, there are serious questions of impropriety that have emerged out here. There are issues of impropriety which have emerged out here, and the problem is maybe Raman, all this is happening because you think there is no opposition. Akhil.
Arnab, where should we draw the line? I mean, are we supposed to put a complete regiment as to...
ये जॉर्ज सोरोस का पैसा है ये बीजेपी जॉर्ज सोरोस का पैसा खा रही है
लोकेशन अखिल
ये जॉर्ज सोरोस का पैसा खा रहे हैं आप तो जॉर्ज सोरोस का पैसा खा रहे हैं आप ये जॉर्ज
No,
सोरोस का
I
पैसा
want to ask a question, like where will you draw the line? I mean, you are going to now inspect which car a politician is driving, what food is he eating, what brands of clothes is he wearing, what kind of lifestyle is he adhering to. No, sir, this is completely bizarre. In his personal capacity, if an individual wishes to celebrate an important occasion of his life, it should not become.
I think. Okay, so it's a choice.
Yes,
okay, Lokesh, let me tell you the answer to your question. Can I say the answer? Can I give you the answer to your question for a moment, Lokesh? It is an individual's choice, but then let me tell you, it is the public's choice. It is the public's choice how they want to respond. Just because there is no opposition, don't think that the media, or at least Republic, will not ask. You want Republic is still there, opposition or not. Ladies and gentlemen, I go to the next debate tonight, which is also a very important issue. The kind of issues that people are not talking about, unfortunately. And I believe there's no point in being squeamish about it. There have emerged serious concerns over the behavioral pattern and public conduct of the sitting Chief Minister of Bihar, Nitish Kumar. Some of what he has been doing are raising questions, and I believe, even if the corporate media doesn't, it cannot be kept under wraps. So he pulled a woman doctor's hijab, he laughed during the national anthem, he is behaving, I'm just being polite, in a strange way. Is there a problem with Nitish Kumar? Is there something the people have a right to know which his government is hiding? Let's debate.
Nitish Kumar's public conduct is becoming hard to ignore. A woman doctor receiving her appointment letter a few days ago, and the Chief Minister reaches out, tugging her hijab down. In October 2025, Nitish garlanded a woman leader in a manner that sparked outrage. May 2025, an officer on official duty turned into a mere prop. In March, the national anthem played and the Chief Minister was seen laughing. A moment that demanded solemnity met with levity. At the Guard of Honor, a military tradition of respect, and Nitish was seen clapping. This video from October 2023 inside the assembly itself. And the language shocked even lawmakers. What's wrong with Nitish Kumar?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, is there a problem with Nitish Kumar? We need to ask this question to Manish Bariyar is spokesperson of the BJP. Kumar Saurabh Singh is spokesperson of Jan Suraj, is Prashant Kishore's party. Before the others joined us, Manish, we are concerned about the public conduct of Mr. Nitish Kumar, and you can't run away from it either because it's been going on for about a couple of years, but it's become particularly glaring of late, hasn't it? Is there a problem that you guys are hiding about Nitish?
To you and to all the viewers and to my co-panelists. Very recently, the people of Bihar have given a thumping majority. And that is proof enough. Is it possible, Arnab, that, if any public representative is not fit and fine for a public office, it is possible for the people of country to really elect that person? I don't think so. We have seen that in Odisha when the people found that, unfortunately, they found Mr. Naveen Patnaik wanting, then there was a change and people understood that. But here with the kind of campaigning which Nitish ji did and post that also, he is discharging his functions very nicely. So I don't think there is any problem.
You don't think there is a problem. However, I would like to remind you. By the way, let me tell you, I like Nitish. I've liked him, though I think he's been very intolerant of the media in the last few years of his chief ministership. And he's sort of displayed some wrong habits. But the question is that matters of health globally of people in public office, also in such high office. He's not a high-standing bureaucrat. He's the chief minister of a state with crores of people, one of the most popular states of the country. Matters of health of leaders in office are matters of public disclosure. They are not private matters. You need to give us, like in the US or the UK, you would have a press release with doctors' details on it. It is not, I'm not being intrusive. I am asking you on behalf of people, if there is a problem, Shweta Priya, spokesperson of JDU, if there is a problem with Nitish Kumar, Shweta, we have a right to know. Is there a problem that explains the strange behavioral pattern, I'm choosing my words carefully, of Mr. Nitish Kumar of late?
No, Arnab, this is propaganda again, I would say, created by the opposition. Because, for instance, if you will see during the election also, they try to create such kind of controversy that he is not in a good health condition. But that was not the truth. Because
what is the truth? What is the truth?
Actually, when they are taking, like Tejasvi ji claimed himself as a young leader and he
No, one minute. Shweta, I'm asking you, I just tell you one thing. There was something strange in that video yesterday. When he looks at that young girl, then he points at her, then with great deliberation, the way in which he pulls down her hijab, and then giggles and laughs about it, and the way in which he placed a potted plant on the head of another person in another event, I can show you the visuals. This is not normal behavior, Shweta. He is a chief minister.
See,
as his well-wishers and as well-wishers of the people of Bihar, we are asking.
No, Arnabji, if you are talking about the instance of that pulling down of that hijab, I must say that that action was very spontaneous, and I would say that any action is accompanied by its intention.
What was the intention?
So that was a very memorable moment for that girl, because she was receiving, I think, appointment letter. So that can be a memorable moment, and as a father or as a grandfather.
Okay, let me ask you this. You are saying was a grandfatherly attitude. Okay, when you are placing a potted plant, or when instead you go to a public event where somebody's family member has died and you have to place a garland on the picture, instead you place a garland on the relative's picture.
I'm not justifying that.
No, what is this?
No, actually, if what he is showing on the, means I can see on the screen that he is that Mala incident of his yes. So that in our culture, if you will see,
why is he laughing during our national anthem and smiling and waving at people and talking to people when the national anthem is playing? Even when the bureaucrat in question is not moving, and he's the only person there who's behaving like this.
No, I'm not justifying that.
No, but why? I'm not asking you for a justification, Shweta. I'm just asking you, what is wrong here? You can share with people. I think public disclosure will be necessary.
No, what I can see here is you are showing that 2-3 minutes clips, and that in this this era of this social media, we can portray everything. What we want, we can portray that incident accordingly. As
pull out the other video when he garlanded the individual instead of the picture. I mean, I'm not sure here. You know, I'll tell you one thing, Shweta. Everybody's a bit squeamish talking about this, and in India we say, don't get into personal details of politicians. I also don't want to get into personal details of politicians, but this is not personal, is it? What do you think? Kumar Saurabh Singh, is this a private matter?
First of all, Arnab, there is nothing called personal in public life, first of all. Nitish Kumar ji is a leader of 13 crore people. I am from Bihar. He is my leader as well. He has done remarkable job in his first tenure. Nobody can take that away from him. But Arnab ji, मैं आपको कितने instances गिनाऊं? आपने 3-4 का उल्लेख कर दिया है अपने प्रारंभिक उद्बोधन में. जब वो श्रद्धांजलि देने जाते हैं तब वो माला किसी और को पहना देते हैं. आपने देखा कैसे एक मुख्यमंत्री गमला किसी के सर पर रख रहे हैं. राष्ट्रीय गान के समय में वो मंच से नीचे उतर जाते हैं. अभी कल देखिए कितनी आसानी से, you know how easily we are letting that go, कि मतलब वो फादरली फिगर था या ग्रैंडफादरली फिगर था. Just you cannot get away by saying or giving such a statement. He is a chief minister. What was wrong with Joe Biden in America or US? Nobody had done any medical examination of Joe Biden, but there was a greater controversy and greater discussion about it. And उसके बाद क्या हुआ हम सबको पता है. देखिए बार बार हम लोगों ने ये कहा है, with all due respect to Nitish Kumar, he is not well. How will we ascertain? How will you as a journalist ascertain? वो पब्लिक अपीयरेंस उनका कैसा होगा, उसमें उनका कंडक्ट कैसा होगा. आप कह रहे हैं कि किसी का घूंघट, भैया बहुत रिसर्च करके अशोक गहलोत का वीडियो ले आए, भाई वो भी गलत था. यू कैनॉट डू दिस, यू कैनॉट डू दिस. और एक बेशर्म मंत्री उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार का, look at the grin on his face and the kind of language he has used, and how can he continue as a minister today? How can BJP let him continue as a minister in his advanced government? I mean, look at the shamelessness of these people. और ये बिहार का एक मंत्री है केंद्र में, भाई वो 11 वर्ष में बिहार में क्या किए ये कुछ नहीं उनको पता, लेकिन वो कह रहे हैं कि भाई आप डॉक्टर हो तो आपको हिजाब या बुर्का या घूंघट आप नहीं हो. ये किसने अधिकार दिया आपको? संविधान के किस पन्ने में लिखा हुआ है कि आप तय करोगे कि कौन हिजाब पहनेगा, कौन घूंघट करेगा? ये किसने दिया आपको अधिकार? पहली बात. दूसरी बात ये है, आपको नहीं पता है अर्नब जी, वो महिला जिसको 20 तारीख को ज्वाइन करना था वो अब ज्वाइन नहीं कर रही है. शी इज सो शैटर्ड. एंड मैं बार बार कह रहा हूं इसको धर्म के चश्मे से लोग देखना बंद करें. और मुझे सबसे ज्यादा दुख इस समाज का है जो आज, और एक सेक्शन ऑफ मीडिया, देयर इज नो डिस्कशन ऑन दिस issue.
Well, I am discussing it. I am not responsible for media. You also know, Kumar, 1 minute. Kumar, ये बाकी की मीडिया एक तरफ होती है, हमेशा रिपब्लिक एक तरफ.
I congratulate you. We are discussing here. That's an assertion that you are concerned about this issue. That's why we are discussing this here on your platform.
Can I come in?
But what I'm saying is, look at the broader discussion which is happening across India. Everybody is justifying he is a fatherly figure. Tomorrow, if a girl walks on the street of Bihar and if someone pulls the dupatta of that girl and says it's a brotherly behavior, would it be acceptable to that?
Anab, I just wanted a second to respond to what
अगर आप
Mr.
किसी
Saurav is
सड़क पर
saying.
जा रही हैं, आपका कोई दुपट्टा खींच दे और बाद में कहे कि ये भाईचारा के नाते मैंने आपका दुपट्टा
there was
दिया है, आपको ये
Saurav ji, Arnab, can I come in? Arnab,
yes,
can I come
Manish.
in? Yeah.
ये बहुत छोटा विषय नहीं है जिसको आप एकदम लग रहा है जैसे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है बिहार में, और आप कह रहे हैं नीतीश कुमार जी के साथ कुछ गलत नहीं है, राष्ट्रगान के समय मंच से उतर जा रहे हैं, किसी के सर पे गमला रख दे रहे हैं। भाई आप बिहार के मुख्यमंत्री, आप कोई साधारण व्यक्ति नहीं है।
Rhetoric out there. Arnab, there are two things.
I'm hearing you.
One, I would like to say very categorically, Arnab, I would like to say very categorically that this is stigmatizing, a person without any proof, and that's in very bad taste. I'm sorry. My young friend probably has crossed a line. That's one. Second, there was a triple. Can you please, just for a moment, listen to me before you respond.
How many proofs do you want?
No, 1 minute. Saurabh, let him reply. Let him reply on this issue.
Can you please
continue.
So, yesterday there was a triple murder case. Where is he? Will he criticize? Will he come out and say, Mr. Saurabh ji, please say that this was something very wrong? Right? Three people were murdered. 3 young Muslim, a mother and 2 daughters were murdered because they didn't wear hijab. Can you please come out and criticize that?
We have already visited that place. You are sitting in Delhi, in some corner of Delhi. We have already visited Muzaffarpur. I am the national spokesperson of that party. We have already criticized. We have visited. Have you visited that place? Do you know the name of the victim?
I'm not sitting in Delhi. I'm sitting in Patna for your knowledge.
Can you tell me the name of the father? Can you name?
So say something about
there?
it.
Why
But
that
don't-
microfinance
but don't
company?
stigmatize
Why that
anything.
microfinance
Right,
company?
tomorrow your leaders might have some kind of a disease.
No, I just see, these are two separate instances. Manish, let me tell you, even that subject about the hijab triple murder that you are referring to, the hijab triple murder, is only a 9 p.m. debate and subject of investigation only on Republic. The other media are not talking about that also. Now, my question is this. See, I started by saying that I have nothing personal with Nitish ji. He's a senior man, but the problem is that he's clapping during a guard of honor. He's making crude comments of how an educated woman can constrain her husband during sexual intercourse. He has said this in the assembly. At that time, BJP had attacked him. Then this year, he has started behaving very erratically when he started laughing during national anthem. He has, in May, it got worse. He was recorded on a video placing a small potted plant on the head of an IAS officer during a public function, right? And these are not small things. He then garlands a female party leader. He pulls down the hijab of a woman. Jayant Jigyasu. JDU is saying this is a private matter. He is an elected chief minister and you don't have a right to ask questions about him, about his behavior. This is an individual matter for them to resolve. Jayant.
Carol wrote an essay named "The Personal is Political," and which became one of the central slogans of the second wave feminism. Here, nothing is personal, and the way Nitish Kumarji has carried himself since last 2-3 years is very unbecoming of him, and the very incident on which we are debating is very ungraceful, undignified, inhuman, insensitive, and for the girl, it is very beneath dignity. So we should first condemn this very incident, and we should take it very seriously. That you cannot force anything in the name of awareness, or this has nothing to do with emancipation or liberation of women. In Turkey, Mustafa Kemal Pasha, who is...
Are you saying his actions are deliberate? Are you saying his actions are deliberate, or are you having other concerns?
Now, he also, Mustafa Kamal Pasha, also played a pivotal role to liberate the women of his country against Parda Partha, but he never imposed this. And the very change was within the community. So this is very unfortunate. I can say only.
No, let's remit. I have the other debate coming up. And now, Shweta, would you do you think it is important to get a medical statement on Mr. Nitish Kumar's condition? I mean, in any other country, this would have been the norm. There would have been a public disclosure on his health, on his physical, psychological health.
Arnabji,
can you please allow me to speak 2 sentences?
Saying that this is a condemnable act.
Are you ruling out any medical condition? Let me put it very simply to you. Saurabh is on. Shweta, I'm asking you a pointed question. Are you officially ruling out any medical condition?
No, I would not say that.
Why? Then it's a serious matter if you can't say that.
No, we are the opposition party, or I can say the media is
Can I interject?
Around the kids.
Let me get a reply, Saurabh, to that.
Yeah, can I interject? It is very clearly written.
Saurabh, 1 minute. Let Shweta reply. I ask you again, Shweta, with all good intention, are you ruling out any medical condition?
No, there is nothing like that, because the incident, what happened day before yesterday, was very spontaneous, and that was the moment.
Are you saying there is no medical condition that Mr. Nitish Kumar is afflicted with, which people need to know about?
Era of AI here, Arnabji, I would not say that he is in a bad health condition, because the act of that hijab incident, what happened, that was very spontaneous, and we are creating it in a controversy.
Are you saying no comment to me, or are you saying no? There's a difference between no comment and no. My question is Mr. Nitish Kumar suffering from any medical condition?
No, he is not suffering from any medical
condition. Okay, Saurabh, you got that. She said no.
Yeah. Arnabji, it's very clear, it is written in the Constitution that anybody who's sitting on a constitutional post has to be physically, mentally fit. That's the precondition of any person who's holding a constitutional chair or office. देखिए, बीजेपी से मैं कोई उम्मीद नहीं करता. आपको याद होगा कि सेना में लोग मरने के लिए ही भर्ती होते हैं. That was the statement of a then JDU minister when बीजेपी सबसे ज्यादा छाती पीट रही थी. आज वही व्यक्ति निर्वासन से निकालकर राज्यसभा किसने भेजा है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी में. तो ये
that arrogance and know-it-all personality is what reflects Jan Swaraj. That's why people of Bihar have rejected you. Right? The same arrogance is there. You do not have the courtesy to dignify a person.
Anyway, I personally believe it would be much better if the Chief Minister's office in Bihar were to issue an official statement corroborating what Shweta Priya's spokesperson has said, that there is no medical condition or underlying medical condition that Mr. Nitish Kumar is suffering from, which impacts him in the exercise of his duties. That much transparency we deserve. At 9 p.m. tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at 9 p.m. tonight, 3 murders and 1 ideology of fear, but most of that, the fact that the corporate media is not talking about the hijab triple murder. Neither are all the politicians who are crying foul over the issue of Waqf. Tough questions when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला. सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, We are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा प्योर मसाला। मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और
Can you name that expert? So we can at least have a conversation with them and find out. I think it is not I said it's impossible. I must again say, reiterate, it's impossible for any government, for any purpose. If it has been possible, then why it took 10 years for Aam Aadmi Party?
For a quick breather, Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी। Pure.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
About 3 years back in 2022, when the Karnataka hijab row began, students were told you cannot wear a hijab in college during exams, and this sparked political protests and a huge legal battle over religious freedom versus uniform. At that point of time, what did they say? They said, it is our right to wear the hijab. The All India Muslim Personal Law Board, ladies and gentlemen, appealed the decision in the Karnataka High Court. Oh, Mr. Owaisi said, why do you want that my daughters take off their hijab? He was trying to provoke. They said it is the right of Muslim women to wear the hijab. Muslim men, mind you, not Muslim women, Muslim men said that it is the right and the duty of Muslim women to wear the hijab. But they did not tell us that it is not the right of a Muslim woman, if she wants, out of her free will, not to wear the hijab. They didn't tell me that. They didn't tell me. They didn't tell you that if a 32-year-old Muslim woman decides one day to go to a mother's home not wearing a hijab, that she can be killed by her husband for it. They didn't even tell me that if two young girls became witness and watched their mother being killed for not wearing the hijab, then they too could be killed. But they also didn't tell me, all these hijab activists,